What's up, everybody? I am BK, bkbangers.com. Welcome to another video. Today's video, I want to share with you guys the humanization function and the randomized function inside of the MPC 2.2.1 software. I haven't really done a video surrounded, around that topic. I've seen a couple of different videos on it, and it was, confusing the way that they were showing it. So I want to show you guys real simple, real quick, real easy how to use it. So the first thing we're gonna need some chords, right? So inside of the MPC 2.0 software, you have pad perform. Pad perform is when you use one pad on your MPC Live X, any of the MPCs, as long as you have the 2.0 software, you're able to do it with any MPC, right? But in the MPC X and MPC Live, you're able to do it in standalone mode, meaning that you don't need the software to do pad performance. So we need some chords, right? So I'm gonna just play any random chord progression just to show you guys the features. Alright, so now we have these chords. You want to select all by pressing Command A if you're on the Mac. If you're on the PC, I believe it's Control A. And then you go into Edit, and down here we have Humanize. Now Humanize is exactly what it's called, humanizing your chords. When you're playing, if you're a natural player, pianist, and you play on your MIDI keyboard or piano or whatever you do, all your fingers don't hit all the keys at the same velocity and at the same time. Our digits, when you strum, it doesn't play directly, all the time. It don't play that hard all the time, So humanize is where you're able to just humanize the note length. You're able to humanize the velocity and also the time. Now you can adjust the pulse of, the pressure of you playing the keys. It has something called the eagerness, and it says just generally sloppy. And if you move this, it actually change what it is. So once you go into negative, it's often ahead of the beat, and once you're up in the positive, it's often after the beat, right? And the more you go up, it says usually after the beat, drunk, right? Late, always embarrassingly late, right? If you start all the way here, it's always ahead of the beat, mostly ahead of the beat, often. So it has different settings, right? Also, this is the same thing. But we're gonna keep it on 30. Now I want to humanize the note length, and you could, this is the percentage of how much you humanize it. And I want to humanize the velocity. Mainly how I use it mostly is by using the velocity, because sometimes I'll play it light, and then I'll just adjust this setting, and it gives me a different tone, a different texture. So you only want it to be applied to the selected. That's why before I command A everything, so it's only applied to what's actually there. We only have one thing here anyway. So you select that, you hit apply, and you could see that it changed a little bit. And I also hit do it, right? So now it changed everything different than how I played it. Alright. So it's real simple. It's nothing, rocket science. I like to say that a lot. It's definitely not rocket science. It's pretty simple and it's easy for you to do. And then if you don't like it, you can always go back inside of it and do it all again. You know what I mean? Say you want it more eager. So you move it up. You want the length to be a little bit shorter. You want the the time to be a little bit less. You want the length to be a little bit longer. And the velocity, you want it to be a little bit higher, right? So we apply that. Do it. Now, so that's pretty much it. That's very straightforward. The other thing that we have here is the pitch quantize. Now the pitch quantize, I rarely use this, but if you're if you know like the key of what you're using, you select the root note, you select the major scale, not the major scale, but you select the scale of which you're playing in. It'll always be on major anytime you open it, and the root note will always be on C, but you can change that around and it'll change it to something different. Now I don't have anything else playing, so it's no sense in using it right now. I'm just showing you guys that you have this option, but the randomization is what I want to use. Where is that? Oh, here we go. Generate random events. So this is a fun feature where you're able to just, have something such as this chord progression that we just created, and then you could create different event types. So right now it's on melodic event because we're using the piano. If we were using drums, we could use drum events, right? Now, you could replace all events. You could replace events in note range, or add to existing events, right? Pattern size, 4 bars, you could change it up to however much. Note length, you could change that to whatever note length you want. Start note. So now we know that, well, you don't know, but I know that I was on the key of D. I'm in D3. D3, where you at? D, A, B, C, C, D3. Yeah, I'll leave the end note as it is. Polyphony, 1, legato, root note is D. And we're in the minor scale. So now you apply it, boom, and you see everything change. Now, when you apply it, it does two different things. Like you could apply it or you could select do it. But this is the one to apply. And this one was when I selected do it. That's completely different than what you intended on. I didn't intend for it to do that. So I usually don't really mess with this too much. Is if I want to add a random like ARP or something, I try to mess with this to see if I could come up with a different idea. I don't use this as a starting point. I have like a beat actually going, then I lay some MIDI notes in, pull up the random events and generate some sounds with it. And if it sounds good, I work with it. If not, I don't. So now I'm gonna take off constrain notes to scale and legato just to see what it does. So that's pretty much it. Generating random events is a cool feature that's inside the MPC 2.2.1 software. And it's very simple and easy and straightforward. Again, the way that I would utilize the generate random events is if I have a beat going, I just add some MIDI notes, generate random events, and see how I could manipulate it to sound good with the beat that I'm currently working on. So if you want to get to the generate random events, you have to go to tools, and right here, generate random events is right there for you to use. Also, the humanize function is right here in edit, the edit tab. Also, pitch quantize is also there in the edit tab as well. So what I'd like to do for you guys in closing is to play a beat that I used the I didn't use generate random events, but I used the humanize feature on the beat. I'm gonna go to this sequence and I'm gonna play it for you guys, and then I'm gonna close out. All right. And that is generating random events. No, it's not. the humanization. So here is the chords that I played for this beat. And I basically just, like I showed you, select all, went into edit, humanize, and then I selected whatever was there at the time, because once you make these changes, it's always there. So from the last time you used it, it'll be there in the same session. Once you close out of this and restart it, it refreshes to the original state it was in. So basically that's all I did. I just generated the humanize function, and then I went in and then I tweaked it to my taste, my liking. And that's pretty much it, y'all. So if you enjoyed this video and you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for stopping by and tuning in. If you're not subscribed, be sure to subscribe. Thank you to all the new subscribers out there. I appreciate it. I'm trying to get my numbers up a little bit. So I appreciate you guys hitting that subscribe button. Be sure to hit the notification bell as well once you are subscribed. So anytime we upload any new content on a platform, you'll be one of the first to be notified as soon as it's ready for the public. Look out for Sample School Sunday. Episode 54 will be published tomorrow. It'll be up and ready to go tomorrow. Hopefully I get this video up and published on time for you guys sometime today. That is pretty much it. So do remember that music is life. It is our DNA. Keep banging. Peace, love, light. Till next time.